Hello, Record Hunter here. Cheers. Today we're drinking Mars Brewery's Gin and Tonic. Okay, well, today we're celebrating Doctor Who, 60th anniversary, the longest running sci-fi show in history, and it came out in England, and in the United States we got it, at least in Chicago, from where I'm from, is we got it in the late 70s, and I used to watch it religiously with my parents when I was growing up in the late 70s and early 80s, and it was on every Sunday. It was on at 11 p.m. and every Sunday we'd watch Monty Python's Flying Circus, Dave Allen at Large, Doctor Who, and then I'd have to go to sleep. Parents say, "Okay, Doctor Who's over. Time for you to go to sleep." And then I'd go in my room and I'd sneak on, turn on my little black and white TV in my room, and I'd watch the two Ronnies, and then flip the channel over to 32 and watch some Three Stooges and some Benny Hill. But every once in a while I get busted. My mom yell at me and say, "Turn the TV off. You got to go to school the next day." Okay, well, today I want to show you some of the records that I have, and I only got a couple records, but I got some books and a few other things I want to show you. I'll start off with my records. I only got two of them. I got this 1984 Doctor Who. It's the music of Doctor Who. And then I got the second disc, came out in 1985, and it's just more of the music of Doctor Who. Then I'm going to show you a few recent things. I got the Day of the Doctor DVD. Here's a Christmas Carol DVD. And the Snowman DVD. All the original ones, my dad used to record them on VHS, so I had those all on record. Actually, I still have those on recorded tapes somewhere, but I gotta find them. But I don't need to watch that like that anymore because Roku has Doctor Who, all the classic Doctor Who on all the time, 24 hours. So that's how I'll get my Doctor Who fix when I need my Doctor Who fix. Okay, well, let me get into a few of these old books, I guess. We'll do some of these old paperbacks. Okay, this is the What's in Who of Doctor Who, and this is basically these all came out in the 70s and up into the 80s, and this is just this book here is just like who all the characters are and the origins and the planets and stuff, just like the enemies, the Doctor's companions. And then there's this quiz book I have, and it's just basically, if you watch this show, it's like a questionnaire of like, what did you see, you know? And let me show you some of these little novels. These are all from the 70s into the early 80s. This is Doctor Who and the Day of the Daleks. Cool book. We got Doctor Who and the Genius of the Daleks. Okay, this is Doctor Who and the Loch Ness Monster. That don't look like the Loch Ness Monster I know. But yeah, there's a Loch Ness Monster right there. Doctor Who and the Daleks, or Death to the Daleks. I guess I don't really need to show you the back the books. There's really nothing going on in the back. But Doctor Who and the Planet of the Spiders. Doctor Who, the Daleks' invasion of Earth. And last of these little paperbacks I have is Doctor Who, the Mind of Evil, and the Claws of Agos. Agos. It has a master in it. Okay, let me show you a couple other little things I have here. I got these, these stickers from like 1987. A bunch of little stickers. More stickers. This is like if you join the fan club, you get these stickers, you get some like these index card postcards you can send to your friends or whatever. They have them in different colors, a lot of the same ones. Here is two official, the Time Lords Academy of Gallifrey. You complete the training and fully qualify you as a Time Lord. This is your qualification certificate. And here's another one. These are all from 1987. And back then, there used to be like, Star Wars is huge now. And back in the late 70s, early 80s, Star Wars wasn't that huge. It was huge. It was a huge thing for what it was, but there wasn't that whole competition of like, Star Wars started getting a little later with the Star Wars fans versus the Trekkies. Back then, they used to have like Doctor Who fans versus the Trekkies, and they used to call them Whoites. I don't think they call them that anymore. I haven't heard that name since I was a little kid. Okay, let's see what else I got here. Oh, I got the first Doctor action figure. I wanted to collect these, but I only got this first one. I never got around to buying any of the other ones just because my money hasn't been right. And if I'm going to spend my money, I'm going to spend it on vinyl. Okay, I'm going to show you this comic book. It's the only comic book I got by Doctor Who. And this one here in particular, this is the 60th anniversary special that just came out a couple days ago. This is it. This is the Star Beast, Doctor Who and the Star Beast, and that's what they made the new Doctor Who special. Is from this comic book. Okay, now I'm going to share a story, and then I'm getting these last couple books. So when I was a kid, back in '87, I was telling you about on Channel 11, WTTW. Back in 1987, the Max Headroom incident. So when I was a kid, we were watching. Actually, I was talking to a friend the other day, and she posted it was the anniversary of the Max Headroom incident on Thanksgiving weekend or whatever. So I told her, yeah, I saw that, and so I just let her know what happened. I didn't get into complete detail because we were texting over messaging. But what actually happened was I was watching Doctor Who in the front room, in the front room, Southside Chicago. We say front room instead of front. So in the front room, and my parents were watching Doctor Who in their room, and they broke into the signal, And my mom and dad came out. And it's like, did you see that? Did you see that? So Max Headroom, somebody in a Max Headroom mask back in 1987 breaks the signal on the TV during Doctor Who, and he starts giving people the finger. He starts doing this thing where he's like, from my memory, I thought he mooned everybody, but I watched the video after. It was like he was just getting slapped like an S&M with a fly swatter on his ass, while his bare ass, while this was on. And then the signal, they got hold of the signal again. And then a little later in the program, not too, like a few minutes later, it broke back in, but it was just fuzzy and you couldn't see anything. Like, they didn't show that on YouTube, but I remember they broke in twice. Well, I just wanted to share that Max Headroom story. And now I'm going to go back to my last couple books I have. Okay, I got this Doctor Who book this is I think from '89, and it's basically just like a comic book. I would say not a graphic. It's not a graphic novel. It's just like kind of comic book because it's some different stories, but it's on a hardcover. And then there's just like a little bit of like info about the show too. Oh, I forgot to mention that first book I showed you about the Who's Who. One of the things they also showed was all the episodes from the Doctors. I forgot to mention that, like the numbers and the years they came out and stuff, which was kind of cool. I mean, you can find the stuff online now, but back then you'd have to get it in a book. And then there's this one. It shows the first 5 Doctors on the cover, but it's really not. It's like another like comic book thing, which is pretty cool. They do a story from one story from each of the Doctors, and then except the 4th Doctor, Tom Baker, my favorite Doctor of all time, and he he has maybe, I don't know how many stories in here, 7, 5, 6, 7. There's a bunch of stories, and I don't see any of the 5th Doctor, but he's on the cover. Didn't even mention. I'm sure K9 is in here too. So, like I said, with the action figures, I want to be able to get at least. I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna collect them, but I want to get at least Tom Baker and K9 to just have the set up in the record room somewhere. And then the last but least is I got this Build Your Own TARDIS from 1987. Unfortunately, the instructions there, how to build it, are in here. But this thing got built a long time ago. The TARDIS is gone. Well, that's the end of my Doctor Who 60th anniversary special. I just wanted to say something because grew up watching Doctor Who, and I needed to throw something together. I haven't done a video in a while, and I'm like always trying to constantly think. I don't want to fall into like always doing threads. I watch people who just always do threads. I'm always trying to find something else to do. So like lately, I've only been doing like one video a month because I'm having a hard time trying to come up with things. But the 60th anniversary came around, and so I said, well, I got a couple records and I got some books and stuff I like to show. So that's my 60th anniversary special. I'll get you something really soon for Christmas. I'll do maybe a Christmas records, or I'll do something cool. I'll figure out something. But everybody out there, cheers. I'll make sure I make more videos. Guess I'm going to have to hop on some threads to just keep these videos going. And if you like what you like, can you like and subscribe? And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers from the Record Hunter.